Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. And hell, you're supposed to do it's the key show! Too late, I already started an Isaac run. If you want to do It's the Key, you should probably be the Lost. Forgive me, I'm sick. 028B QEJE. Let's see what our cursed room has on offer. What a bounty. Half of a black heart, net. It almost sounds like it could be an Iron Maiden song. I don't want to do a Bruce Dickinson voice. A, because I'm sick. B, because I can't. So one of these provides a plausible cover for the other. Oh, look at that little... You see that little left foot, right foot there? Gonna have to work a lot harder than that to hit me. I mean, I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. Unless, what if I'm a Black Mirror-esque digital copy of myself that oh no, let's not go down that Elon Musk sort of living in a simulation mode, okay? Hey! First off, stop deflecting my bullets. Secondly, die. Thirdly, I don't like you. How do you feel about that? Big walking man whose name I've never learned because I don't really pay attention to the credit sequence in the game, and as a result I've forgotten about it. It's weird how you can forget things that you've known for a long time. I was thinking about it the other day. Every day when I was in public school, elementary school, high school, whatever you want to call them, until college, we heard the national anthem every day before class. Let's go. Let's goat. So we'd be like, you know, hey, it's math class, first period. We'd sit there for 10 minutes, the bell would ring, and then they'd be like, please stand for the national anthem, and they'd go, you know, doo-doo-doo, ba-ba-ba-ba. I've done that bit before where, you know, we had like an a cappella version of O Canada and a country version of O Canada that they played to kind of mix it up. So like for 17, 18 years, more or less, every day, I heard the national anthem. It was seared into my mind. But then I think at some point my brain was just like, you don't need to keep this in storage because you get access to it every single day. You ever want to know the words to O Canada? Just wait like, you know, somewhere within 24 hours, someone will play it for you. So now I was thinking back and I was like, okay, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. True. Okay. Our home and native land. He already got it wrong. I think if I like hit the muscle memory, I can make it work. So, O Canada, our home and native land. True. Did you see that? I did not get hit by the red poop when I was in the luck up phase. True patriot love in all of us command. I think that's the way it goes now. I'm not trying to be politically correct. I'm just trying to stay with the times. You know, I know we have all sorts of controversies up here. It used to be in all thy sons command. It's been changed to all of us command. I don't care. Good for you, bad for you. I'm not singing along anymore, you know? I'm past the point of having to sing along. Now I go to a hockey game. They say, please rise for the national anthem. Okay, that was so weird, because it got to the point where I was like, if I don't bump into this, like, I'm never going to know if this is fine or not. But, like, I didn't take damage bumping into it twice, and I swear I collided. I felt the vibrations. Yeah, they say, please remove your hat and prepare for the national anthem. I just stand there holding my hot dog at waist height, out of respect. If it weren't for the national anthem, it would be at face height. But it's at waist height, out of deference to our country and the sacrifices of previous generations and our current generation all around the world. We can make time, rumping and stumping, because I'm in my prime. That's not the national anthem here. That would be sick, though. You ever think there would be like a friggin' uproar if Canada or the US changed their national anthem, right? Don't you dare hit me. I have an HP I'm trying to protect. I would love, every year, we should pick a new national anthem. That's gonna be like so annoying for everybody else, but it could be like Eurovision, but we call it Canavision, okay. For reasons that'll become clear in July of 2018, Canavision, probably not going to be the greatest name for a Canadian musical service, unless it also sells something else. But think of it, you know, one year, it's O Canada. 1995 rolls around, What's the national anthem? Whose bed have your boots been under? 1998 rolls around, my heart will go on. We got a lot of classics to draw from. I would love to live in a country that changed its national anthem every year. It's not like, I mean, as an adult, you know, if it's not an Olympic year, you don't hear the national anthem that often, I think, the average person at least. I probably hear the national anthem like twice a year, something like that. I probably hear the national anthem by Radiohead more than I hear the national anthem that is our national anthem, you know. It's off Kitty, you wouldn't understand. Is this a secret room? I'm kind of, I wouldn't say bummed, but there's been a lot of rooms that have made it very difficult for me to not take damage. So our deal with the devil would be compromised if we didn't have the goat head, which obviously we did get. Even though it never applies on the first floor, we're still super stoked to have it. Did I say super stoked? What I mean to say is we're super soaked. It's weird. I'm trying to think, what would it be? We probably would have gone through like 3 or 4 Drake years. It would have been like Drake, Bieber, Drake, Bieber. I don't know. I don't know why I'm assuming it must be the most popular song of the year, but hey, it's because we live in a meritocracy, right? The United States of a meritocracy? I sucked up Dead Bird, and I liked it. I don't think it's a particularly strong item. I'm just going to leave that out there. I do want to go to the cursed room. And I suppose we can't yet. Just hold up, hold your horses, and any other livestock that might be in the vicinity. Let's see what we get after this deal with the devil. I'm angling for a good run. I'm angling for a dangling, you could say. I'm thinking we got a great chance. All we need to say, don't even give me the goods right here. Don't give me a knife, don't give me a brimstone. Give me the ability to fly. I would settle for that. That's like a B+ tier upgrade from a deal with the devil. From an item room, it's an A. But deal with the devil, you know, you got different criteria. We qualified for it, one way or the other. Every box floor, there's a hanging a corner of my... Okay, so if we go and buy a battery, we can re-roll Guppy's Paw. Did we even pick it up? I think we did. I'm sick, you can't judge me. Try it. Try it. I love it. We're going to take this. Give me 2 Guppy items somehow. I haven't worked out the kinks yet. I must have picked it up. Because it's on a pedestal, but that's okay. Ooh, the mark. I don't dislike it. It's a nice little speed upgrade, too. Which I always, or at least often, forget about. With no bombs, I'm just going to go straight to the curse room, because it really doesn't matter if we preserve our deal with the devil, because we got goat head, so we're going to get it either way. So the irony would be if we got a bunch of bombs in here. One makes you small. Paralysis. You're wasting my precious time. I don't get unlimited internet, sweetie. Okay, we can't do anything there. Actually, that would have been a good room to Black Rune. Is there anyone still out there in North America on a minute-based internet plan? Does that even exist anymore? Moreover, how many people listening to this video or watching this video, but let's be reasonable, lived in a world where they had a minute or hour-based internet plan? I definitely, even as when I was 8, we had a computer that had access to the internet on a 14.4 kilobits per second modem. I think we probably got 10 hours of internet a month. And it was, I didn't pay the bills back then. But it was probably $500,000 a month, is my guess, is for the price of the internet back then. Oh, Canadian dollars, though, so. But even as I got older, my first year of high school, I think we had AOL. And I think we had something like 60 hours a month of internet. So it was I had rationed it basically in my head. It's I'll get home from school, and I'll be on the internet for 2 hours, and then that's good. And you go over, you get an overage charge, your parents yell at you. You don't, the unlimited internet is like simultaneously the greatest luxury and also like just a terrible curse. Because you can never escape from the internet. That being said, it kind of seems like a no-brainer, right? I mean, we still have data caps in Canada, but I don't know. Like, I'm not arguing for data caps, but I don't know if we're with an amazing service provider or what, but, I mean, I'm a heavy user of the internet. We use a substantial amount of upload on a daily basis. Both my wife and I stream, and, I mean, we're not, like, heavy users of download. I think, at least. We don't watch that much, like, TV or Netflix, you know, movies, etc., etc. But I have to imagine that if there were data caps, we'd be getting hit with overage charges all the time. But we don't, so I guess maybe our internet service provider doesn't do data caps, and as a result, I love them forever. Move along here. Yeah, it's antiquated. To be honest, I was kind of bummed out when I lived in Korea. You know, the idea for years has been that Korea's so wired, you know, the internet everywhere is great. And then when I lived there, the internet in my apartment building friggin' sucked. You can't really talk to anybody about it either. You're like, oh, I'm gonna call my ISP and explain that the bit rate when I'm doing blah 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 is no good. I don't speak Korean, so it's kind of it's a bit of a stretch for me to be able to communicate that. It was not horrible in the sense that it was like unusable, but it was bad in the sense that like it was slower than my Canadian Wi-Fi. That's definitely not true of the whole country, but definitely the area where I lived was like, that was like my biggest disappointment there. Well, that and the isolation. But if you ignore the crippling loneliness from being, you know, an outsider in another country, essentially there is a hired gun for mercenary education work for, you know, parents and kids that don't really respect you and see you as a novelty. If you ignore all of that, like, really, it was the internet that really got me down. Okay, what do we got here? Definitely reroll. Oh, you shouldn't have. I thought the old lady threw it into the ocean at the end. I don't even care about that HP. Just actually, like, murder me. I don't care about our eternal heart. Doesn't matter. We don't need 3 HP. We got 9 lives. Of course, I'd prefer to keep the HP, because it'll, you know, make my life a little easier. But I'd rather re-roll it, if possible, because, to be honest with you, I want to keep upping our DPS, which is still great, but, you know, there's always room to grow. Sorry, I can feel myself getting stuffed up, like... infiltrating nasal core? Roger, infiltrating nasal core. This is the virus talking to itself. Yes, please. Why black candle? Well, let me ask you a follow-up question. Why male models? Why male models? Post-nasal drip, why? Hey. Dodge this. Oh, it worked. You ever think about, like, what if Frasier was in the Matrix universe? Oh, baby, I hear the bots are calling. Agent Smith and Morpheus, have mercy. No, huh? But I don't know what to do with it. Messianic imagery. I'm going again. Okay, not every joke's gonna work, alright? But I thought about it. That's the thing. For every what would Frasier be like in the Matrix universe, there's like a, you know, a Star Wars Seinfeld bit in there somewhere. Tortilla, you get your money. Oh, let's leave each other's mothers out of this. It's a classic. I hear this, or not here, but in my brain, there's something better. Like, this Frasier bit, I'm not gonna give up on it. I'm gonna keep it percolating in the behind the scenes part of my brain. You know, the Lucy part of my brain. Loosely heard prayers on your first album, truly. Lucy don't mind, because at the end of the day, you pursue me. I don't know why, like, I'm doing this run. There's a little contingent of people, and I think they're right, that are like, NL's complaining a lot in Isaac runs lately. It's not, like, it's not my intention to be a curmudgeon. The more you play something, you know, the more you see its flaws, I think. And, in Isaac, I do find myself still annoyed by things like super armor, for example. And I got a tweet from someone, I don't know if they worked on the game, or if they're just a game developer themselves, but they come from a position of having more expertise than me, and I'm gassing them up because they're watching the video. So I'm pumping their tires a little bit, so that they're, you know, they know that this is coming from a place of respect. And they were like, do you remember the witness fight from AFTERBIRTH? And I nodded, but internally I was like, nah. But they were like, that's why you need some kind of boss armor mechanic. I don't disagree, actually. I imagine that was a fight that if you got strong enough, you just walked over. But there has to be a way. I just don't think the way that Isaac does it is very player-friendly. Because every other floor in the entire game, you just, if you get a run that stomps, it stomps everything. And then you hit a wall, you hit hush, and you're just like holding the arrow key down. It's an unsatisfying change of play. That's my personal opinion on it, at least. Hey, you ever consider going to the shop? No? Okay. Maybe if the boss armor were tweaked in some way, that it still made the player feel powerful for having a powerful run. Instead of, I wouldn't say they feel punished for having a powerful run, but you certainly don't feel rewarded for having a powerful run most of the time that you go to the hush fight. Sometimes you do, but most of the time I would argue that you don't. So it's not that the entire concept of boss armor, I suppose, needs to be thrown out wholesale. It's more that I think the way that it's implemented in this game is not necessarily... Dude, let's just go for it. Oh! Is not necessarily perfect. But I don't think anybody's arguing that it's perfect, so I'm kind of misrepresenting the point, but you get the idea. Yeah, I think... I don't know. I feel like I would not mind stomping the hush. I don't know why I'm talking like William Shatner, but... The thing is, I do the hush fight. About 1 in 8 times I do the hush fight, it's because I want to. The other 7 out of 8 times, I'm like, I don't really like this, but we can, like, buy an item. And, you know, it'll keep the fan base happy. A little bit more content. Lets me breathe a little bit more life into a bit that otherwise might be truncated. I don't know. But also, there's people out there that like to see me punish myself by, you know, doing that. So I'm fully aware of that and conscious of my lot in life. Excuse me, sir. But if I was, like, leisurely playing Isaac, I'm never touching the hush fight, man. Not unless I've got a run that's just, like, otherworldly. Which happens, but, you know, is not as common as I would like it to be in order to fight the hush. So I just feel like the bosses could benefit from a tweak in order to make them more enjoyable. Because, like, I love the concept of boss rush. I know sometimes I teleport out. I prefer to teleport out, if I'm being honest. But, you know, if our run is good, I like doing boss rush. I think boss rush is normally kind of fun, and the rewards are valuable. Then when you get the hush, I'm just like, I'd really rather not. I'd just rather not. Okay, while we're here... Yeah, go crazy on this. We got a cool run here with the parasite. Could always use like a cricket's body or something like that, but let's... So you got a cricket's body, but her attitude was potty. When I met her at the party, she was hardly acting naughty. I said, Shorty, would you call me? She said, pardon me, are you ballin'? I said, darling, you sound like a pausing. Oh, so you're one of them freaks getting geeked at the sight of an ATM receipt? I don't remember the red. That's Roses by Outkast. I don't like that song because they say poo-poo. And in serious music, they don't say poo-poo. They would say guano. We got lucky to not get hit there. Well, Betrayal is just horrible. We're guppy now, right? Oh, we're guppy. So this is, the run has gotten much better. Even though it was already good, so you can do the math on there. We went from good to decent to half decent to pretty good. I don't even know where we're at now. Pretty much half decent goodly. Somewhere in that vicinity. Quickly peep this. No thank you. Quickly peep that. Yes please. We start with a speed aura. You call it a speed aura, even though it's quite obviously ranged. Yes. We're gonna come back here. We do have a chance at boss rush, which is why I'm being a stickler for time a little bit. That's list. If you get it early, it's extremely good. If you get it late, it can still be good, but you gotta really work for it, and that's gonna slow us down. So we're gonna see. For now, dude, I'll take. I mean, I take it, use it, dump it. If we can use it appropriately, yeah, like by not doing exactly what we did there and attacking the wrong enemy, we could accrue, it's hard with flies, admittedly, but we could accrue some statistical bonuses that would benefit us long-term. Like Sinvicta was telling me, he had a run where Death's List led to him getting like 7 damage up or something like that. Those numbers are hard to ignore. That's a lot. Now we should probably, you know what, I think we can do it. We should probably stop instantly shooting at any enemy that appears on the screen if we're gonna make this happen. But as a counter argument, you're not my mom, so what do you think? I don't know where that was supposed to end. I do see a tinted rock back there. I reject the notion, like I've got a Gandalfian view. Not Gandalfinian, that's the Sopranos thing. I'm talking about Lord of the Rings. I have a Gandalfian view of tinted rocks. People still razz me about missing tinted rocks, and I think to myself, you poor fools. You don't even realize. I'm not missing tinted rocks. I don't need them anymore. I'm living in that post-tinted rock world, doing something mean to it. I don't think we're gonna make boss rush. Now we do still want the spirit hearts. That was just speed and 10 and 1 makes you small pills. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. That's still okay. This might actually be a run where we kind of want to fight Hush, believe it or not. That's actually like, it was meant satirically, but even satirically it doesn't make sense. We do still want to get tinted rocks because we haven't gotten small rock yet. I do think there is a case to be made. Whoops. If you already have small rock, you don't need to get every tinted rock. I wouldn't say I've been missing them, Bob, because really, you know, you don't need that many spirit hearts. When your run's great, sure, it's probably good to have them. But do you do everything you're supposed to do? You eat 5 to 10 servings of vegetables a day? Practice daily mindfulness? Always signal when you turn? See that one? You don't even answer that one? I'm gonna protect you. I used my spacebar item. What are you thinking? Don't answer that one, because I will judge you. I use my signal light every time I turn my vehicle. Every time. Well, we might not want to reroll this. Yeah, it's not bad. We got lucky. Parking garage, no one around to see me. Hit the signal light. Pulling out of a parking spot in the middle of like pitch black wilderness, signal light. You know why? Sometimes Kate will say like, you know, it takes like a little extra work to use your signal light. Nobody's around. Like, there's no reason to do it. Well, it's because I think it takes more work to selectively think, do I have to use my signal light, than it does to just be like, in every situation, I'm using my signal light. So I just use it all the time. I'm not going to look down on you if you're slightly less extreme than I am. If you're like, you know, maybe you don't use it when you're pulling out of a parking spot. Maybe you don't use it if you don't see any other cars. Because I think you could make a logical extreme, like, well, cars are fast. They could come around the corner at any moment. Maybe they're in your blind spot, blah, blah. But, like, you're an adult, okay? If you're confident there's nobody around you, and you don't want to use your signal light, we're still cool. But if you're one of those people that's like, I don't use my signal light, because if I use my signal light to change lanes, someone behind me will see it and cut me off. Get out of this video. That's dangerous. I get cut off so often. Because what it is it's, I mean, it's a little selfish is what I'm going to say. Because when you don't signal, let me put it this way. When you signal, it does give the people directly behind you in the lane that you're trying to get into a choice. Do I speed up, get in front of this person before they come in, or do I slow down and give them space? 99% of the time, I slow down and give them space. If they signal and I'm like directly next to them, I'll speed up just to make space for them that way. But I'm like, there's no ego in me when I drive. I'm just happy to be alive and getting where I want to go on a relatively quick basis. But I think some other people, they get ego. So I understand, you know, Maybe you've signaled before and then a Mercedes behind you, just saying, sped up to seize the gap. But when you don't signal, you're just hurting the person behind you, no matter what. Like, you're removing the opportunity for it to be a tenable situation. Because, you know, I'm paying attention to the road. I've never been in a road accident in my life. That the other party survived. No, that was a tasteless joke. I've never been in an accident in my life, even though, because I'm a male, my car insurance is like 30% higher than what it would be if I was 45. With accidents on my record. Anyway, though, I digress. ICBC. It's all going well up here. Nothing to see here. Help. That's a joke for the British Columbians out there. But, you know, maybe I'm like, hey, when did they put in that new restaurant? And the guy in front of me hasn't signaled. All of a sudden, he pulls out in front of me. Eep! I just get in an accident because you gentrified my neighborhood and did not signal. How about that? Do you feel good about it? Probably. I'm just saying. I'm concocting scenarios that are rife for, like, counter-arguments. Don't worry about those, okay? Just worry about the fact that the signal light's there for a reason. Just know that every time you don't signal, if I'm behind you, I make the same joke to my wife. I go, oh, I guess they don't sell make and model a vehicle with signal lights anymore. They must be a little extra. So if not for me and my safety, and if not for you and your safety, please use your signal light for the sake of my spouse, who just has to hear that same joke over and over. And it really is the same joke, because there's really only like 4 variants. There's, oh, I guess they don't make BMWs with signal lights anymore. Oh, I guess they don't make Mercedes with signal lights anymore. Oh, I guess they don't make Teslas with signal lights anymore. We live in there's a lot of wealth happening here. And then, oh, I guess they don't make everything else with signal lights anymore. Those are the variants. And I just used the spacebar again. I think my brain is so not used to Guppy's head showing up and then us not taking it, that it switched that protocol in my brain early. By the way, if you drive a Mercedes, a BMW, a Tesla, or anything else, please don't be offended by this bit. Unless you choose not to signal, in which case, what's the problem? Does it hit too close to home? Use your signal light, you weirdo. Let's erase the stereotype. I tried to erase the stereotype of my Ford Focus being an unreliable automobile. Didn't work out, but my heart was in the right place. I think I'm gonna go back and use my reroll there. I think we should make an effort to get this done. We're very strong. We're almost like a little too fast. Ooh, I love them both. These are my item-based sons. You know what? I made a mistake. Let's eat it. Look at that, Wheel of Fortune. Spend a spirit heart, get 2 items. He's done it again. We also have 10 lives. This is like the kind of run where if you disagree with me on anything that I've said, you're gonna hate this video, because I'm gonna be rewarded for it. not rewarded like in terms of audience interaction, because I never know, you know, sometimes I'm like, that was a good episode, and I look at the likes, dislikes, people are like, I hate it, you left a key behind on the first floor. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is a bad one, and people are like, I loved it, you talked about real stuff. So I have no idea about how this is gonna go, but I do know that we're gonna win. So if you wanted to see me lose as a recompense for my ignorant opinions, it's a bad day to be you. Because I am definitely gonna poop on this floor. We also got static tears, which are just amazing. Especially with a high rate of fire, and it goes... Ooh, I don't think we want it. I actually, for once, don't think we want it. By the way, I should point out, I am opinionated. But I'm not opinionated in the sense that's like, you know, the internet image of the guy who kind of looks like me that says like, no, we don't want this either. I'm gonna think about it, because like I think the static tears will still work. But the guy, he's sitting at a table and it says like, I will debate you about anything for $5. We do know we've taken Isaac's heart, haven't we? I think here's what we do, because I don't know if we've taken Dr. Fetus, although I think we have. I think we work our way over to the boss fight, and then we take all these items and we leave. I know that it reduces the Zane, but look at it. The Zane is already implicit here. Anyway, the thing is, contrary to what you might think on the NLSS, I have strong opinions, but the opinions are founded on nothing. And above all else, I have a great respect for experience and evidence informing opinions. So I'll be like, why don't they even make bread with crust? A crustless bread would be a top seller. I don't actually believe that. It's more of an Austin opinion. Whenever somebody goes, well, you know, they bake the bread in such a way that like you can't not get a crust because the crust is just the part of the bread that's exposed to the air. I like to think that I'm the kind of person when exposed to evidence like that, I go, huh, you know what? Good point. My original point was based in ignorance, and thank you for illuminating me. I can now go through my life being a little bit more learned as a result of having interacted with you, and we've enriched each other's experiences on planet Earth. That's my dream, at least. Dude, this ended up being a super... What did I tell you? I opened the episode, I said I'm gonna stomp. And here we are. You can just call me Mom's Toenail. Hi, Mom's Toenail, I'm Dad. There's a dad joke in there. Hi, Mom's Toenail. I'm dead. And then he looks down at his hands, and his hands are turning transparent in front of his very eyes. No, it can't be. Hello, Allfather, I've tricked you. The dad joke has rendered you unto a cosmic prison from whence there is no escape. I don't know where this is going. It's a super dad, and then there's an evil villain that hates dads because his dad wasn't there, and they bond, but they also fight, and it's a whole thing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Upside a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.